Hi! Bitin ka sa last video, no? Welcome back again to Justin! Okay, so I think the next thing I want to talk about is my volunteer journey. So many of you knew I shared lately I have started to join an organization that is advocating for HIV awareness and AIDS awareness as well too, or prevention, also for mental health as well too. It's technically holistic actually. So it made me interested to join. Actually, my mother was teasing me. She's kind of telling me, dahil lang siguro nakikita mo si Catriona at si Pia doon, tapos feeling beauty queen ka, kaya gusto mo join ka na din doon. May ganong joke time, sinan. Which somehow, natawa ko na parang, nga no, parang hindi kaya yun lang talaga yung reason ko. But no, I wasn't. So, kwento ko quickly yung journey ko, no? As quick as I could. Kasi medyo, madami din talaga akong chinichika as a person. So, pagbasensya ka niyo na. So, nag-start siya last year pa, nung nag-sign up ako sa form ng Love Yourself PH. And then, hindi ako nakapunta for some reasons. Nung ini-invite na ako for interview, tapos nakatulog ako. So eventually, nag-send naman sila ulit ng another invite for those who are still interested. And this time, I really made time. Considering pa na, actually, bago pa ma-diagnose yung mom ko at ma-hospitalize, nakakommit na yon, naka-block na yung schedule ko ng buong August and September just for this journey alone. Kaya hindi ko naman na-anticipate na ma-hospitalize yung mom ko ng June, tapos yun pa yung magiging diagnosis. Nasa mga ibang videos ko yon kung gusto nyo malaman kung ano nangyari. But going back, nagpunta pa rin ako. So, nung bago ko pumunta, alam ko na volunteer work yung pupuntahan ko. But I was like, why do I have this feeling that I am in a competition mode? Parang nandun ako sa parang mag-a-arrivals ka sa Miss Universe, parang ganon. And then, I was like embodying Ileana Marie Aduana for some reasons. Kasi kakatapos na lang MUPH noon. Parang after 2 months na yata, after. Pero, syempre, may hangover pa ako about the pageant season. So, parang, may ganun akong ina-vibe. Tapos parang I have to know when to peak, mga ganyan-ganyan something. Tapos may rule din sa organization that you have to know when is the right time not to talk, when is the right time to really talk. To give chance to others. Kasi it's a group of a very diverse people. And kung bibigyan mo lahat ng airtime, matatagalan tayong matapos, abutin tayo ng siyam-siyam bago tayo matapos. So, ganun siya. So, nung nandun ako, parang orientation pa lang, whenever I'm just asked to talk, I talk, pero kinokontrol ko yung sarili ko as much as possible na hindi mahaba yung sasabihin ko. Kapag ako na yung tinatawag, kapag ako yung vino-volunteer, no, ikaw na for our group, things like that. So, kinokontrol ko siya. As the training goes along, parang hindi pa rin nawawala sa isip ko yung gano'n na mindset na I feel like I am competing with others while I am building friends. Unexpectedly, may nabuild ako mga friendships within the batch that I belong to. And I also didn't expect that I would still be chosen as a batch representative, to be honest. Because it's something I wasn't eyeing for kasi hindi ko naman alam na may ganun palang bureaucracy within the organization. So, hindi ako handa for that role. Knowing na ang dami ko ring responsibilities in my personal life and even at work. Pero, we put it into votes. And I still won. Pero hindi naman siya landslide win. May ano pa rin. And the batch decided na in case of my absence, another person could take over, things like that. Or multiple kami. Ganon. So, hanggang sa, experience ko yung parang retreat na approach, ganyan. And the people are very welcoming. It's such a warmth experience, especially from the Volunteers Academy, as how they call it. talagang na-feel ko yung sense ng accommodation, ng feeling that they want to make you feel at home and they want to impart the best knowledge that they can to you, things like that. Talagang na-feel ko yung support about that. And honestly, isa sa mga naging challenge ko when I was undergoing activities were the time when you are trying to do empathy statements. Doon ko natutunan ulit yung something na naaalala ko na golden rule sa BPO, that you have to unlearn something when you are joining another organization or another company. It's applicable pala here as well too. And not just that, you have to take off your boss and your manager's hat when you are at a volunteer work. Yun yung pinakamalaking natutunan ko din about it. Hindi ka boss doon, hindi ka manager doon during that time. So kung ano yung mga principles mo outside the organization or during your personal life, your work, is something that is not always applicable there. May times naman na somehow applicable, but most of the time it isn't. And hanggang sa natapos na siya, ganyan, talagang I never felt a single moment that we were not well taken care of. Lahat ng kailangang knowledge, lahat ng kailangang coaching, even accommodation binigay sa mga batchmates ko. Food, hindi basta-basta, talagang bongga, yung mga yung marireceive mo na food about it. So, it was such a great experience, you know. I'm trying my very best not to disclose specific information because I have a non-disclosure agreement, of course. But after that, the more exciting part is the counseling journey. But prior to that, during the counseling journey, one thing I have learned as well too is that yung training that you will undergo is really a framework. I would really apply this as analogous when you're trying to get a driver's license. Kasi diba, when you're trying to get a driver's license, kailangan mo munang makakuha or makapasa ng theoretical training, and then mag-student ka for like few hours of driving lessons, especially if you're a beginner. And then after that, makakaroon ka ng non-professional license, and then pwede ka na to do it. It is definitely exactly the same thing here. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng parts ng pagmamaneho matututunan mo kagad dahil lang sa training mo while you are on that phase, 'di ba? So, mas na-prove ko na kapag nasa practical ka na, since na-train na siya ng na-train sa'yo, na paulit-ulit na siya sa'yo, naging muscle memory mo na siya, na even if without looking at cheat notes, things like that, it's fine. You can do you. That's why they passed you, because they trust you, your skills, and the ability that you have to inspire and to influence people who are needing for help in terms of their sexual health. So, sobrang fulfilling niya so far sa ilang mga naging recent na journeys ko in terms of being a volunteer. Ang dami kong na-encounter na iba-ibang cases, and siguro one thing na masasabi ko without violating my NDA is that hindi lang mga bading to, hindi lang to LGBTQIA+. Lahat ng genders kasali dito. Even cisgender people, even straights, consults in our hubs. So, ganun siya ka-inclusive. And somehow, nahahappy ako na paunti-unti, may mga tao na talagang nagtitake ng responsibility for themselves na para lang siyang part ng holistic check-up nila. Na para lang silang nagpunta sa hospital and then nag-take ng laboratory exam just to know kung mataas na ba yung sugar ko, yung glucose ko, or my triglycerides, or my cholesterol. Parang ganun lang din siya. 'Di ba? And para lang din siyang something na na-diagnose ka ng hypertension or ng diabetes. Kung kain ka ng matataba or kain ka ng puro sugar, hindi talaga mapipigilan yung paglala nung comorbidity mo or ng condition mo, 'di ba? So it's technically almost, not 100%, but it's almost similar to HIV as well too. Na parang if you're taking your therapies, if you're consistently taking your medications, hindi siya death sentence. Napipigilan siyang dumami, napipigilan siyang ma-develop into AIDS. So, knowing na ang dami na ring nagsistart na mag-take ng responsibility sa sarili nila to do that, nakakatuwa siyang feeling at good sa pakiramdam na naging part ka nun ng journey nila. Kaya tinatawag kang journey partner eh. Naging part ka ng journey nila na umpisahan yung pagte-take care sa sarili nila. Kasi we have to be open. It's 2025. People are now more open. People are now more ready to talk about it. That it's something that shouldn't be a taboo anymore. That having sexual interaction with other people is happening. Nangyayari siya. 'Di ba? Kaya lang, ang nangyayari is, since hindi ka aware na, ay, hindi pala dapat ganito yung practice, hindi pala dapat ganito. So, it's something na dapat nalalaman nila. Na if ever mapunta man ako sa stage na yun, alam ko na yung gagawin ko. Alam ko na yung gagawin ko para maprotektahan ko yung self ko na hindi ako ma-expose or kung ma-expose man, lower lang yung risk. Na after ng possible exposure ko, ito yung mga kailangan kong i-take. Ito yung mga kailangan kong gawin. Just to make sure na may peace of mind ako all the time na safe ako. 'Di ba? So, it is something that should start to be discussed, discoursed, and I believe it has to start within the small unit of the community, which is the family. 'Di ba? Kasi most of the time, hindi yung naririnig ko sa friends ko eh, na parang ay, nahiya akong pag-usapan, even sa friend ko, nahiya akong i-open up, things like that, 'di ba? Yung worry ko or yung anxiety ko, ganyan. Tapos yung sigh of relief, na parang, okay, I'm safe. Iba, yung feeling. Tapos yung pag na-feel na niya na, okay, hindi naman pala ako positive, so, sige, I will make sure this time na I'll take care of myself. I'll really, now that I know what to do, if ever ma-expose. Kasi hindi ko alam ang biorhythm ng katawan ko. Hindi ko alam kung kailan ako magkakaroon ulit ng desire to engage in another intercourse or in another interaction with another person. So as long as I am protected, as long as these are accessible and the services are free, there are organizations that are offering it for free, take advantage mo. Right? Medyo nasasad lang ako somehow if this is something that's happening in our local community, especially in my hometown in Talisay, Batangas. Hindi pa to nangyayari dun masyado eh. Parang yung nakagisnan ko kasi dun na culture when it comes to gay culture and the LGBTQIA+ culture there. Hindi pa yun LGBTQIA+ before eh. Parang it's all about bading and tomboy lang eh. Yun lang yung term that time. It's just a laughing stock or a laughing stock of the community. Hindi ko alam kung tama yung pronunciation ko. Parang, source lang ng katatawanan. Things like that. Pag sinabing bading parlor, pag sinabing tomboy tambay, you get what I mean? Parang, ganun lang siya umiikot dun sa barangay namin. So, that little gay inside of me, when I was still a kid, I was like, I hope in the future this is not like this. And I'm so happy that I'm starting to become a catalyst of change. Right now, it's just so unfortunate that it's not within my local community, but I am starting to take the leap of faith. Now, hopefully in the future, I can do that as well too. And the gays and the LGBTQIA+ in my local community, in my hometown. So, I could also help them stop the discrimination that they've been experiencing, the stigma that they've been getting. Na kapag mga ganitong bading, kapag mga ganitong mga part ng LGBTQIA+ community is just beauticians, is just someone that doesn't do anything but just to make others laugh. Hindi lang yun yung talents na kaya naming i-offer. Madami kaming kayang i-contribute sa society. And I'm so happy that I have this kind of source of knowledge that I have acquired. And I just hope that I could use this in the future. Hindi ko man siya kinocommit for now na kaya ko siyang gawin. But I just hope na there could be some time na once my schedule is free, mag-okay na yung mga personal errands ko and things like that, I could do more and help support them with whatever help that they need, especially when it comes to their sexual health. Because I hope that more and more people, especially part of our community, would take the courage and first step to get themselves tested and get themselves taken care of bago pa nila ma-acquire yung posibleng virus na pwede nilang ma-acquire. Because this is an epidemic that we really have to put a stop. And trying to use my platform, even if I don't have that much huge following, to still influence. Especially lately, I've been getting a lot of interactions, lalo na sa mga momshi, no? Naku, mga momshi, kung alam nyo sa sarili nyo, you have children, regardless of their gender actually, straights, LGBTQIA plus children, you will be the first persons to tell them and to educate them about this. Because it's 2025 already, even though we're conservatives, we have our faith to talk about, we cannot deny that biologically, these things happen. And we don't want us to have that regret na just because I chose first to be conservative and just follow what the Bible wants to say and what the Bible wants to tell me, I'm not just gonna talk about it. Sabi nga, the Lord tells us what to do. The Lord tells us what our future is. He's the only one who knows what our future beholds. But if there is anything that is under control of our hands, it is our behavior. It is how we talk and how we communicate, still with faith and not being compromised, and still with respect and the feeling of love towards our family members, especially your children, right? So, hindi ko alam kung paano ko ito tatapusin. Nagpa-flow na lang mo, nagpa-flow yung thoughts ko ng super dami. But, super saya na ma-share yung ganitong experience. And I hope more and more people really get engaged in this discourse. Just looking forward siguro na mas ma-engage pa when it comes to caravans and community and outreach works. I think that's something that could be also a fulfilling experience too. So, in my next videos, probably I'm going to talk about more about things that I have realized lately, things that I have been that have been making me busy as well lately. So yeah, I hope to see you all guys soon. I love you.